distribute you digitally. All right, so not so much on Soapbox. I don't know if I've ever done this on Soapbox, but on feedback, definitely. Probably there's a 6-month period where every week somehow we were talking about digital distribution. We were probably talking about that as much as we were talking about how like multiplayer doesn't have to be added onto games, which somehow we ran that topic into the ground, even though it's probably kind of obvious. But anyway, back to digital distribution. Obviously, the idea that you're not buying a physical copy of the game and you're just kind of having it downloaded, as one can do on Steam. Everyone keeps on saying this is the future. Obviously, we don't know how it's going to manifest itself, but obviously it really saves a lot of problems, saves money, obviously, for the publisher, so not spending the manufacturing cost. That obviously allows for more profit margins. It could reduce the cost of a game in terms of how much you're going to pay when you buy it. And there's many other myriad opportunities out there with digital distribution. Hasn't happened yet, and I know nothing of more than what you probably know reading the stories, that there seems to be this little spat between EA and Steam. EA games like Crisis 2, disappearing from Steam, and EA has a service called Origin where they'll be downloading their games, and Battlefield 3 suddenly didn't show up on a list of Steam games you can get for the rest of the year. Like I said, I know nothing. Let's just assume this spat is happening. I think it's fine, but I'm not going to get into the particulars of that. What I want to talk about is, well, buckle your seatbelts. I think this is going to be something we're going to have to see work itself out over the next few years. I think that we've kind of thought there would be this pie in the sky where there would be like one Steam, some kind of third party that would be this vessel with which you could buy all of the games. Look, at the end of the day, I can see that a lot of publishers are eyeballing this and going, well, if we own the distribution pipeline over time, well, we're not even have to pay a licensing fee for, or a little bit off the top to someone else who's distributing that game. And while it's happening with EA, who's to say this wouldn't happen with Activision down the line, with THQ? Because one company's doing it, it's good to assume that other people are at the very least thinking about it. I think this is probably going to slow down this arrival of sheer digital distribution because something has to get worked out. As well, one of the biggest players, I would assume, in this space would be GameStop. It's not like once we do digital distribution, they're just going to pack the bags, shut all their shops, and go on. No. They actually have the name. They have the presence. They could really want to get in on this as well. Once again, another retail third party. It has given me some pause about where we're going to go with this, especially when we get to the era of consoles. Microsoft, like EA, like Activision, they like to kind of, own everything that they have. But it did, I would have to say, throw a little bit of cold water on what I think has been a rather naive perception in my own head that, sometime in the future, I won't have any discs.